We're back. Shteigin There airport. What up, Shteig?
And we're back.
And we're back. Yo, look at this kid over here.
Wow,
Just
robotic
go in
floor
and look.
cleaner.
Like, he has like sensors. You know?
Wow, that's tripped out.
Yeah, pretty cool. Look, it's like not gonna hit this guy. Watch. It's not like a Tesla that would hit a guy.
Wow, amazing.
Wait, hold on. Okay, as we're back.
We're back.
In Bangkok airport, we weren't able to do a Shteigin There in Bangkok proper, but we are Shteigin There. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
The last time we Shteig. Yo, by the way, is there a way to like connect the Zoom? Oh God.
Is there?
Yo, let me find
is there
a
a way
place
to
to
what?
sit and Shteig. You know, even though but I go find a place to just sit and Shteig. I think it would be Gucci McGavern, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So, Seches Avodah Zarah.
Oh.
Daf Gemara Amud Gemara.
What?
Daf Tes Zayin Amud Beis.
Nice.
Zak the Gemara. Right? We just learned, if you remember, about what you can and what you cannot build, or anything that they can use to damage the public, and you can't build certain buildings with them, right? Stadium for bullfighting, for example. But another one was the executioner's place. And so the Gemara says, executioners, eh?
Uh-huh.
I got some stories for you about that. I got some teire, some agarita. Tanu Rabbana, and the rabbis taught us in a brayso. Kishenitbas Rabbi Eliezer leminos. When Rabbi Eliezer went off the derech. So first of all, I never heard of any rabbi going off the derech. I mean, except for this case. You know? I mean, I guess Elisha ben Avuya also. So, Rabbi Eliezer. Now we have to know, is this talking about Eliezer ben Horkinus? We know that Eliezer ben Horkinus was like put into chayra maybe because he wouldn't accept the majority psak on the Tanur Shachnai. Listen, I say it's Tahor. MS it's Tahor. I'm not gonna, and like it's really just what the rabbis say. If the majority of rabbis agree to something, you know. But where's the Hagdara of that? Meaning, what if the rabbis all say get a vaccine? You get a vaccine? No.
It's a good Shiloh.
Good Shiloh, right? But Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkinus. So we know that he got put in cherem because of that. But did he go off the derech? Did he become an apikoros, a min? Right? Did he convert to become a Roman Catholic, a Roman pedo Satanist? I mean, we know that Acher became a Satanist, likely, right? That's the Trey Rishuyos thing. But so we have to see what exactly happened with Rabbi Eliezer. But he came to Minas Haleu Legardum Lidon. So they brought him to this judgment place / execution hall to judge him. Amar lo oso higamon. So the guy in charge of this, But what we have to answer, we have to know right away, and I don't know the answer to this yet. What we have to answer, we have to think about is, was Rabbi Eliezer being judged and nidon by Eden, by the Jews? We're going to kill him? Because then it's hard to say if Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkis, we never heard of him. Maybe it was just a regular Rabbi Eliezer.
Mhm.
And when they took him to judge, so the Higamon, who's like the head guy, says to him, Zaken shekamosecha yasaik b'dvarim b'telim halalu. Wait a second, like what? You're thinking about Shibud stuff now? Such a zaken, such a chacham like yourself, and you're just talking. You're just like been off the derech. Like what's going on over here? Amar lo. So he said, Ne'eman alai hadayan. The judge is Ne'eman, is believed by me. Kasavor, so Higamon, so the guy in charge, he thought, Allahu Omer. He thought, oh, Rabbi Eliezer, he's sucking up to me, saying such nice things. He's saying that I believe the judge. He's like, I'm the judge, says this hegemon, right? He thought he was talking about him. Behu, but Rabbi Eliezer, lo amar ela keneged aviv sheva shemayim. He was talking about his father in heaven. He was talking about Abishter. He's saying, listen, like I'm getting tough stuff happening, but I believe that everything is Ratzon Hashem, and I believe in the Dayan, right? This is something called Siddur Kadin, which it's like when a person says, like, listen, like maybe I don't understand it, but I accept it. I accept the pain, the difficulty, and the tribulation that I'm in. That's called Siddur Kadin or Hatzdaka Sadin, right? And it's an interesting concept, and I've not heard a lot said about it in my life. But here it is. So I don't care what's said about it. Like, oh, this rabbi said this. Like, listen, Gemara say about it. So the Gemara seems to be like, yo, he's net, right? Amar lo. So it's Amar lo. Hoa v'he'emantani. He says, since you believed in me, alecha dimus, I'll give you a pass, right? I'll give you a pass and I won't kill you. So, boom, boom, and then he's like, listen, whatever I got in, right? So he says, like, listen, like, right, like Akash Baruch Hu is good, and this is the din, and Ne'eman alai dayan. We have to always remember that line. We should say it whenever it's tough. You should say Ne'eman alai Ne'eman alai hadayan. And so he said this, Rabbi Eliezer. He said this about Siddur Kadin. He said, yeah, the Ne'eman alai hadayan. And because he said that, the guy, the executioner, the head executioner, was like, "Oh, you think that I'm so great? Okay, great. Then you're free to go." Imagine he used his house to be murdered. So, and then he just comes back home. Everyone's like, "Yo, guess here, Rabbi Eliezer, he's still alive." Nichnasu Talmidav, his students came in after him. Eitzlo Lenachamo. So they came in to Lenachemoto. To Shlomo, what is Lenachem?
Comfort.
Condolences, maybe?
Comfort. Like
Condolences.
Nachum.
Okay.
So like
it's very
Nachamu.
interesting. What? They're coming
Like
to
Nachamu.
condole him. You should say that they're coming to party with him. But I guess after a person comes that close to death, he needs some consoling, even if he's still alive. Like he's still like emotionally like frizzled.
Right.
And so they came in to be like, "Yo, bro, what a wild Shteig," you know? He wasn't celebrating because like this was the time of. Also, it could mean that when he was nitpas laminos, not that he went off the derech, but the Romans caught him.
Well, that
Not
makes sense
that
because
he was caught by heresy, but the heretics caught him. Another possible way to learn.
that makes sense because of the
So,
word hegemon.
The lo kibel alav tanchumim. He wouldn't be consoled. He was like, "Yo, like I messed up. Like I should have gotten myself into that position in the first place." And he was bugging, right? Amar lo Rebbe Akiva. So Rebbe Akiva said to him, so wait a second. We're saying if it's Rebbe Akiva talking to him, one of his Talmidim, so then it really might be Eliezer ben Horkenes. And I didn't know, A, that Eliezer ben Horkenes ever went off the derech, or B, that Eliezer ben Horkenes was ever brought to be executed and then got off. Like, this is a story that, like, is a chiddush. Amar Rebbe Akiva, Rebbe, Tarsheni Lomar Davar Echad Mashal Martani. Says, Rebbe, let me tell you over a word that you, Taka, told me. Amar Lo here. Amar Lo, Amor, speak, my son. Amar Lo, Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, Shema Minus Balacha, V'Hana'acha, the Alav Nitpasta. So it wasn't l'chayra that he became a heretic. Oh, maybe it was. But it says maybe some. It makes sense that he was called by the Shiva, it says Shteig, because of the word hegemon. Okay, well, Shteig, what is the word hegemon? We got an etymological two-shell from two-shell Shteig. Hegemon is like government official. Yo, Shteig, can you find us the language of origin? I don't know what a hegemony is. But yeah, great raya. What a raya from Shteig over here. Shteig is saying that the fact that they say that it was a hegemon, they're using a non-Hebrew word, it implies that they caught him. But if they caught him, they're meaning themselves. Why would they be like, oh, this Jew is not worshiping is worshiping Satan, or he's a heretic? So they love that stuff. Leadership of dominance, not the Germany's headed under Prussian hegemony. Wow, Prussian, the Second Reich. You don't see them every day. But the Prussians was the Second Reich. Right? The First Reich was an empire, the Second Reich was the Prussians, Third Reich was the Nazis, the Fourth Reich is the globalists. Klaus Schwab and company. But what's very interesting is that me and Shteig, when we made the video for False Flags Flicker, we actually had a flag of the Prussians.
False flags, flicky flacky
right?
foo.
Okay. I say crushing discussions. The Prussians are here.
Wow.
Yo, but Shteig, you got a definition. You didn't get us an etymology of hegemony. So if you can be mashlim, that would be great. So maybe some minos came to you and you're like, oh yeah, I talk like this heresy. Amar lo Akiva, right? So Rabbi Eliezer says to him, Akiva, my student, his kartani pam achas. It's like, oh, now you're reminding me. I'll tell you exactly the story of how I became so krum. Etymology from ancient Greek. Very interesting. Well, it actually says that the Romans didn't have a language of their own. Remember we learned that like earlier in the year? That like they're called like something Bo Nation because they don't have their own language and their own gods. And even like the New Testament was like written by like Eden. So they're interesting, yo. Oh, Avi Chazimin Tov Shalom Aleichem, Achi. אנחנו Shteigin There port מטיילנד בתאילנד. ואנחנו לומדים על רבי אליעזר בן הורקנוס. Shunit pas the minus haleu le rog like the gardom. Avi chayatam chayom evin sugya atam makir atam mila do ulaken ulalo.
Ma?
Kitzur. So he says, "Oh, I remember. Chayom evin sugya.
שבוע טוב.
Chayom evin sugya. Okay, I chat. חייל הוא מבין סוגיה, זה נכון. חייל הוא, Shteig wrote that, lol. חייל הוא מבין סוגיה over here. Okay, so he took him to the guard dome, and they were going to kill Rabbi Eliezer. He got off. Rabbi Kiva says, what happened? He says, he's tiny. I remember why I got in trouble. So I remember why the Shibud are trying to kill me now. I know what I did wrong and why I deserve to have that near-death experience, and why I deserved to be held the gardom. Right? He says, I know why. I remember. I was walking in the shuk in Tzipori, and I found a yid, or a human. And his name was Yaakov Ish Kfar Sachania. אנחנו עכשיו נמצאים בעבודה זרה, ת"י עמוד א'. And so Yaakov Ish Kfar Sachania, Shemai. Amar Li, he said to me, Kosov b'Tayschem, he says, Shteigin There, in your Torah. It says in your Torah. So I don't know, his name is Yaakov, which is a Jewish name. Sounds like a Jewish guy who went off the derech, right? But he still knew a little Torah. And now he's coming up against Rabbi Eliezer ben Horganus. He's about to get his clock cleaned in any halachic discussion. What you're going against a Tana, but this guy was also a generation of Tanaim. So let's see what's he going to say. He says, it says in your Torah, Lo Savi Estan Zaina. So it's saying by korbanos, you can't bring a korban you can't bring a korban that was used to buy a whore. That's an esnan. Esnan zaina is like you can't use money that was used, like a whore can't like go and bring a korban, or a pimp can't be like, oh, here's the money that I got, and I'm gonna bring a korban from this money, right? Or back in the day, it was very nice. I give you goat, give me 2 hours with girl, So you can't bring that goat as a korban. So that's what it says in Torah. Tanya, Shoel, Ma'ula Sot Menu, Beta Kise L'Kohen Gadol. He says, okay, right? We're not making a korban with it, but you will donate it to the Beis HaMikdash to give a bathroom for the Kohen Gadol. Kohen Gadol had his own special bathroom. Kohen Gadol's bathroom, before Yom Kippur, he would separate from his wife a little bit, and so like he needed like his own like sleeping quarters and his own toilet. So can you build that toilet from a prostitute's fee? Below Amarli, below Amarti, lo Klum. I didn't answer. I'm like, I'm not gonna answer this jokester's question. I'm not answering anything. Amar Li, so he came back at me. Kach limaritani. This is what I learned. He says, Ki mi esnan zona kibtza, meaning lo savi esnan zona as a pasuk in Devarim, right? It's a pasuk, the Araisa pasuk, right? But then you have a pasuk in Mika, and it talks about esnan zona also, and it says, I learned in Mika, Ki me esnan zona kabtza, bi'ad esnan zona yashuvu. It says you were collected with a horse fee, and to a horse fee you will return. So he says like this, Yaakov ish Sachania. He says like this: Mimagom hatinayf as bo. They came from Brazdedujan, which is like a dirty place, right? The Magom hatinov as yilechu. Let them go to a place where people are pooing. You know, they're coming from filth. Let them go towards filth. Vehanati hadavar, and I was like, right? I was like, oh, it's not a bad shot. And I was like, okay. I was like shaking my head, like, yeah, that's good. The word hanati hadavar. The word hanati hadavar. I think it means I affirmed it. And the word is the shoresh is hain, which means yes. So I said, yeah. And that's why either I went off the derech or I was caught by heretics. Because and I was over on what says in Pasuk, Harchik me'alecha derachecha, be far away. Your path should be far away. There's a Pasuk in Mishlei. And it says that's minos. It would be super far away from heresy. From Herenstein? From heresy. Dina on heresy is party high. We have already right? The minos. And they shouldn't come close to the opening of your house. That's the rishus. What does that mean, the rishus? Zak Rashi. Shultanos. That's like being like a politician. So either it's saying don't become like a politician because they're swayed to go and get some money from people, and they're always looking at rich people to kill them and to take their money. So it could be like don't let politicians get anywhere near you because they're just out to take money of wealthy people and kill them also. There are those that say now, that's always heresy, and it's rishos. And then the rest of the pasuk, Al tikrava pesach beisecha, shouldn't come to the opening of your house. Zona, this is a hooker. Maybe he's talking about like fritzas. The kama. How far do you have to stay away from heresy, heretics, heresy, politics, and whores and hortics? How far do you have to be away? Arba amais. Amar Chisda arba amais. Meaning, like, you can't even be within 4 amos. It's like a coin to a grave is a human to a politician. You know? Or a human to a whore. Or a human to a heretic or heresy. There are Rabbanan, but the Rabbanan are chaylik. All right, the Rabbanan are chaylik. Are chaylik on who? Are chaylik on Yaakov ish Kfar Sachania. The Yaakov ish Kfar Sachania, he said, Yaakov ish Kfar Sachania, he said that he was trying to diet from that pasuk in Mika that you're allowed to use an Esnan Zaina. You're allowed to use the fee of a prostitute to go build a toilet of a Kohen Gadol. Says the Torah, says Rabbi Eliezer, that just that was getting too close I was letting Kafira get too close. You know? I was letting Kafira get too close. So he says like this. What are the Rabbanan? How are they going to learn that pasuk in learning the pasuk in Mika to tell me that I could build a Kohen Gadol's bathroom from a hooker's income. So then what do we do with that puzzle? Yaakov Ishtachanya was medayik that you're allowed to do that from Mika. What are the rabbis who don't agree with Yaakov Ishtachanya? So how are they going to learn the pasuk in Mika? The Rabban and Haim Esnan Zaina, my darshibe. How did they darshan it? Kid Rav Chizda, like Rav Chizda. Oh, sorry, Rav Chizda. Domer Rav Chizda, Shtei Rav Chizda. Kol zona shenishkeret nebasofi socheret. Every hooker or prostitute or streetwalker or lady of the night or hoe or Zoe, every zona that she makes a lot of money, but in the end she's going to have to hire what? Libasov, says Rashi, he nivzis be'ene kol. Everyone thinks she's very low and shameful. B'socharasan. So they do something to her. Something happens to her not so good. Like, yeah, she makes a lot of money from being a prostitute, but in the end, everyone has no respect for her, and they call that socheret, I guess. Or maybe she has to like hire them. V'hachi majma me'eznan zaina kibza me'eznan zaina. U'eznan zoma yashuv lihinatein. That's a puzzle. No, I'm just kidding. That's a Gilyane. Wow. Yo, Schlegs. Myridic Zach right here. Myridic Zach.
What's the Zach?
Oh, okay. So it says, I saw it in Rashi. I was looking at a different Hagos Yatzunim. But if you go back to Dibur Amaska Harashos, it says the Hagos Yatzunim takes out a girsa that was censored by the Romans. And they say like this. It says Minos Harashos. It says it adds a Dibur Amaskil. When it says Minos, when it talks about heresy, what kind of heresy is it talking about? It tells us exactly. It says Minos is Tamidei students of Jesus, Hanotri, the Nazarene, Rotzin Lachnis B'nei Adam B'Tiusan. So he's talking about people who go and try to get people to be Christians. Those people proselytize. He's saying the reason they have to proselytize is because they're trying to trick people and they're trying to work them over. The Yidden don't proselytize at all. Maybe Chabad a little bit. I'm saying Yidden, not Chabad. Just kidding. Just kidding. Wow, Chabad, take a joke. Okay. By the way, shout out to the Chabad in Bangkok. Okay. Okay. So Shenemar ubetitecha esnan beesnan lo nasan lach v'di lehevich. A pasuk in Yechezkel. Gewalt. Upliga the Rebbe Pidas. And so Rav Chizda, who said 4 amais, is chaylik on Rebbe Pidas. The Amar Rebbe Pidas, lo azra daira ela kuriva shel gilei arayos. The Torah did not forbid only one thing. That is the kriva of gilei arayos. It's the only thing that the Torah says don't get close to. It's not talking about avodah zarah. Not talking about politicians. You can get close. You can even touch them. But no, you can't. Different story. But with girls, but not with girls. With apicorsis or with politicians. But here he's saying the only time that the Torah says don't get anywhere close, that's by Gilei Arayos. Bilvad. Shenemar ish el kol se'er b'saro lo sikravu legalos erva. He's saying that don't even come close to Gilei Arayos, to sexual impropriety. And so he's saying don't even come close. Gemara is telling the story now. Ula kihava asi mibei Rav Aymanajik Luhu La'achtei Abe Yadayu V'Amri La Abe Chadayu. So Ula, when he would come back from yeshiva, he would kiss his sister on her hands. And some people say on her tits. Come on. Upliga. Wait. Is a contradiction. The Amar Ula, because Ula says Kriva Ba'alma Aser. Because Ula says you can't even come close. Bishum Lech Lech Amrina Linazira Schor Lekarmelo Tikrav. But if anyone's here, this is an important thing to remember. This line is a good one. We say to the Nazir, yo, go around the grapevine. Don't even go into it. Go, they say to the Nazir, around to the vineyard, do not get close. So wait a second. Ula, on the one hand, he was kissing his sister's boobs. On the other hand, he said, like, don't even come close to Arayos. And so we got to see, is it a deraisa geder or is it a derabanan geder that shouldn't even come close to Arayos? Basically, the question is, Shomini Gid deraisa derabanan. This is the Gemara right here that discusses it. We're running out of time, running out of biggity batteries, and we got to the dot. See a little Raji